Hello everyone and welcome to the program. I'm Christiana Manpour. And this week, something special. A few years ago, I had the rare opportunity to spend almost a year traveling the world to report a series that we called God's Warriors, illustrating in dramatic detail where religion and politics collide and sometimes explode to change the course of history. Each night this week, I'll bring you these reports on Islam, Judaism and Christianity, because much of what we discovered remains so vital to the challenges that our world faces today. Tonight, we bring you reports on the warriors from all three fronts. Let's start with the popular uprisings sweeping the Muslim world and ushering in democracy. Many are still taking shape, but an important gauge of their success will be the role women play. They certainly manned the barricades along with the men during the Arab revolutions last year, and today, from Tunisia, Egypt and Libya, women are insisting that their full rights be enshrined as their new constitutions are being written. Many of the Arab women we've met want Islam in their political lives, but most don't want the kind of fundamentalist Islam that's governed women's rights in Iran since the Ayatollah's revolution back in 1979, as I find out every time I visit the country.
Far from Iran's capital, in rural Zanjan, Rafat Bayat is doing what politicians do, meeting her constituents.
How many women MPs are there?
Bayat is one of 13 women in the Majlis, the parliament of Iran's Islamic Republic.
13 out of 209.
But she is a fundamentalist with unusual credentials.
I understand that you studied in the United States.
Yes.
Where did you study?
Texas.
Texas?
Yes.
Were you veiled when you were in
Yes,
America?
Yes. You have a problem with me now?
Well, you know, I might not have a problem with you, but Americans certainly, when they see a woman dressed completely like this, they say, well, clearly women don't have rights. What rights do women have under the Islamic Republic of Iran?
Every right a woman needs to lead a good life. In her job, her home life, her education. In fact, 65% of our university students are women.
You say that under the Islamic Republic, women have all the rights they want. And yet, in court, a girl who's accused of adultery, whether she's been raped or whatever, can get stoned to death.
You always pick on isolated cases and blow them out of proportion. We probably have less rapes of minors here than anywhere in the world. But stoning for adultery is part of Islamic law.
I can't imagine any religion that would say it's all right to stone a young girl to death, no matter what she's done.
We've only had 3 to 4 cases of stoning in the past 28 years.
Do you not think it's violent to stone a woman to death?
If Islamic law mandates a specific punishment to stamp out a specific vice, I will defend it, even if the whole world is against it. Understand?
But recently, Iran's highest court exonerated religious vigilantes who had killed 5 people in the name of moral purity, including one couple just for walking together in public.
It's important to say that none of the great world religions has been good for women. Not a single one of them.
Religious historian Karen Armstrong says that Islam's prophet Muhammad was actually ahead of his time when it came to women.
The Quran gives women rights of inheritance and divorce that Western women would not receive until the 19th century. And there is nothing in the Quran about all women having to be veiled or secluded in a certain part of the house. That came in later.
In 2003, lawyer Shireen Ebadi won a Nobel Peace Prize for fighting to restore the rights of Iranian women. She had been Iran's first female judge, but when the Ayatollahs came to power, they tossed her off the bench.
I have been a judge and a lawyer for 35 years. I teach law at university and I won the Nobel Peace Prize.
But the court here will not admit my testimony unless it's backed by another woman. But the man who cleans my office can testify on his own, even though he's illiterate.
That's because here in Islamic courts, a woman's testimony and even her life are worth exactly half that of a man's.
Is there a pushback of the limited rights that women have?
Yes, of course. 65% of our university students are girls. But now officials want to reduce that to 50%. It's a regressive step.
In a fundamentalist society, can there be women's rights?
Women and men can enjoy equal rights, only with a modern interpretation of Islam. Fundamentalism promotes a male-dominated culture.
And this is the product of that culture, the numbing reality of a woman's everyday life, according to Iranian photographer Shadi Ghadirian.
What are you trying to say with this? What's the message? To me, it looks like women have a boring life. All they do is make tea, iron clothes, brush the floor, and cook.
It's somehow an objection that's to the women that always they repeat these things every day and they don't think about it. They are like a machine.
They're like machines.
Shadi Ghadirian has grown up in Iran. She knows the intricate art of self-censorship.
How do you censor yourself?
For example, my women in my photos should have veil in my photos. Like our cinema, if you notice, women when they want to go to bed, they have also veil, you know.
Exhibit.
Because we know that if we want to show our photos, we should do these things.
Because if they don't, government censors will do it for them.
This is how it appears in the books at university. Classic pictures of art that are censored.
And imagine we studied art.
Is the biggest problem for women like you the veil?
No, I have many, many more serious problems. I think it's for our Islamic laws.
So the laws are the big problem?
Yeah.
Something even conservative parliamentarian Rafat Bayat discovered when she tried to run for Iran's highest political office.
Mrs. Bayat, you put your name forward to be a candidate for president. What was the answer?
I was told that I didn't have enough executive experience. But there was another thorny issue, the ambiguous wording in our constitution that currently says only important men of politics can become president.
The clerics blocked her candidacy, but she wants to change the law.
Can Iran have a woman president?
I hope.
Women keep pushing the boundaries here, but now President Ahmadinejad's enforcers are trying to stop them. In a new Tehran-style spring cleaning, thousands of women have been detained for dressing un-Islamically. Like this woman screaming as she's pushed into a police car, according to the bystander who captured it on his cell phone. Many women in Iran are refusing to go quietly.
If they try to turn the clock back, they will set off an explosion.